that broadcast, let's talk about this real quick. So that was one of the most horrific broadcasts I have ever watched in my 27 years of watching hockey. I don't
It's
know what that was.
it sucks that we're like here now, that this is where we're at with it, because I feel like we were so spoiled with watching NBC Sports have the coverage. And before that, like, do you guys remember Versus? Like when Joby was
Yeah.
calling like national
Yep.
games on Versus, and then
Yeah, we have taken several steps backwards.
yeah.
OLN, the Outdoor Lifetime Network, was better than
Right.
this. It was bad. Yeah. So Butchie Gross on the mic, and I'm usually a fan of him, but I
Yeah.
sent you guys this tweet, and this tweet summed up the experience of watching that game last night. That was catered towards someone who has never watched a game of hockey before. And I get it, grow the game, you want to try to attract the casuals. I understand that. But to a certain point, it's like, this is painful. And there was a tweet that I think I saw, Mac, you liked it. It was like the quote from Butchie Gross where Malkin literally just drove the net with one hand on his stick, like a, classic power forward move. And Butchie goes, and that's Malkin using his Hall of Fame offensive flair to get to the net. I'm like, bro, he just fucking skated. Like, I don't know
It
what you're.
sounded like an NHL video game where you got
Yes.
like what's his name,
Yeah.
who's like not even like a real like
James
hockey.
Cebulski.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Who's just like saying exciting things to like get you fired up or whatever. It's like he's got that superstar ability or whatever. It's
Yeah.
like, yeah, it sounded like that. It's like, what
Like
are we
this isn't an
doing?
episode of
Like,
fucking Power Rangers, guys. Like get
no,
it
like,
together.
yeah, no, straight up that. And also, Harry, I feel like even you could admit the Penguins like suck off jobs that were going on
It
last
was
night were
4-0
like
in the first
like
period.
worse than I've ever fucking seen.
Yeah.
Like
No, it was bad.
so bad, so
Did
bad.
you hear the part? Did you hear the part where I think the Penguins got a power play and Butchie Gross said, and just like the Capitals, the Penguins power play has been trashed this
Yeah,
season.
he did.
Yeah.
They kept using like millennial, like or
He
like
called the
not even.
Caps
Yeah.
mid at one point. He was like,
Yes.
the Caps
Yeah.
have been mid this season. I was like,
Yeah.
I am turning this off
Yeah.
now.
I
Like,
was like, why are we using like the casual? Like, why do I feel like I'm talking to like a buddy right now? Like,
Yeah, I
like
don't
be
know.
professional. Like, do the fucking like, I don't
And
know.
Kevin Weeks, love him to death, but he's dealing with Butchie Gross kind of taking over the mic, and he's doing the best he can.
Yeah.
Callahan is a snooze fest. Steve Levy at intermission is probably the worst thing I could let me run it. I can't even fucking read
Also,
quotes when
like,
we record,
it's
but I could
so
do that.
bad just having him and PK. Like, it's not to me. It's
Bad.
not even like about one or the other being bad or whatever. I don't really necessarily have a huge problem with either of them, but it's just like it's so stupid having two people sit there.
yeah.
It looks horrible. Like it just looks dumb as shit. It's like, oh, you guys are just hanging out watching the game together. Like what? Like
You need like a host who's like just a
yes.
like
TV
Liam McHugh
host,
like asks
and
the
then at
questions and he
least
like
two analysts where you go one
yeah
to the next.
yeah no it oh my god
And
it's
Levy's
so
Levy's not the
stupid.
guy. There's very few people who could probably host and have input. He's not that guy.
Yeah.
He's
No,
not.
I would say Liam McHugh's that guy.
No, and he's incredible
And
at
he's
it.
incredible at it.
And he can
he
do
just-
it with like every major sport. It's really impressive.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
honestly, like out of all the NHL national broadcasts we've had to suffer through this year, I'm gonna die on this hill. Kenny Albert has been the best.
Yeah, he's
Oh,
awesome.
I like Kenny. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have no problem with Kenny. Last thing
I
I'll say
also
about
wish John Forsland would leave
Mhm.
Seattle and go back to national stuff. He's good.
Yeah.
last thing I'll say about this broadcast, and I know people have complained about this, there is some type of lag going on
It's
with
so
their
bad.
audio. So their audio is behind the video because there was a couple crossbars that got hit where the puck was already in the corner or going towards the corner, and you could just hear the ping. And when the Caps went up 1-0, I got the notification from the score that the Caps were up 1-0. I'm like, I have every fucking cable streaming whatever because I'm a loser, and I'm just like, how am I behind on this? It just makes no sense. It drives me insane.